Okay, so we are going to, excuse me, continue with 8.1 notes. So this is day 2. We're going to start talking about angle of elevation or angle of depression. So I know you guys have done this one before because you guys always tell me about Mr. S standing on the table and whatnot. So just real quick, this is my little dude. You name him, I don't know, John or something. So if he's looking out, so right here, he is looking up at, we'll say, a bird, because that's something easy I can draw. This right here is going to be my angle of elevation. Oops, I forgot the L in there. That looks a little bit better. Elevation. Alright, so then this bird, if this is his eyesight looking straight out, if he is looking down at an angle of depression, this would be that angle. The angle of depression. Okay? So let's look at some actual examples of what this would look like. Alright, so for example 4, a park ranger, oops, sorry about that. A park ranger whose eye level is 5 feet above the ground measures the angle of elevation to the top of the eruption of Old Faithful to be 34.6 degrees. If the ranger is standing 200 feet away from the base, what is the height of the eruption? Okay, and then we are rounding to the nearest foot. So this is my little dude. Okay, he is looking at, or he has the eyesight of 5 feet above the ground. Okay, so then we know this is where his eyesight is. Okay, he is looking up at an angle of elevation to be 34.6 degrees. So 34.6 degrees, and this is at the top of Old Faithful. So those are my water spouts. Looks great, I know. Okay. So then what we are looking for is this measurement right here. So that is going to be the X, okay? We do want to find the whole thing, but first we have to solve for X, okay? It also says that the ranger is standing 200 feet away from the base. So looking at X, I do have at the angle, I have my opposite and I have my adjacent. So that is going to be tangent. So I'm going to have tangent of 34.6 is going to equal opposite, which is X, over adjacent, which is 200. Okay. To get X by itself, you're going to multiply by 200 to both sides. So then it'd be 200 tangent 34.6 is going to equal X. Okay, so we're going to type that in. 200 times tangent 34.6 is going to equal, and then I am rounding it up to the nearest foot, so 138. Okay, so X is going to equal 138. Okay, a key theme though is this right here is 138. Okay, we do have to add those 5 extra feet in of his sight. So we're going to add 5. Then this will give me that grand total of 143 feet. Okay. I want you guys to pause it, try out B, and let's see then if you get the right answer. Okay, so for B, a surveyor whose eye level is at 6 feet. So we're gonna draw a little person again. They are at 6 feet. Okay, they are measuring the angle of elevation. So angle of elevation, we are going to be looking up again. Ooh, that was bad. Let's retry that one. A little bit better. Not too much better though. Of a roller coaster. So let's see. This will be my little roller coaster. Ooh. And we got a little person on there. Okay. the roller coaster to be 60.7 degrees. Okay. He is standing 120 feet away from the base. Okay, and they are looking for this height. So once again, we can only find this X value first. Okay, so looking at my angle, I once again have the opposite and adjacent, so I'm going to use tangent. So I have tangent of 60.7 equals X over 120, so opposite over adjacent. To get the X by itself, you multiply by 120, so 120 times tangent 60.7 is equaling X. Okay, rounding, this should equal 214. We do have our person without arms is plus 6, which that gives me 220 feet. Okay, hopefully you guys did good on that one. Then we are going to talk about the reciprocal of the trig functions that we learned. So sine, cosine, and tangent. We are going to learn cosecant, secant, and cotangent. Okay. So cosecant goes with sine. So cosecant theta is going to be 1 over sine, which is the same thing as saying hypotenuse over opposite. Okay, so sine was opposite over hypotenuse, so cosecant is just going to be flipped. My secant goes with the opposite of cosine, so then this is going to be hypotenuse over adjacent. And then my cotangent goes with tangent, so my cotangent theta is 1 over tangent. Sorry, they should all have thetas on them. Which that gives me adjacent over, not hypotenuse, over opposite. Okay, so if I am looking at a triangle, we'll use the 3, 4, 5 again. This will be theta. So my cosecant for this case is hypotenuse, so 5 over opposite, so 5/4. My secant theta is hypotenuse, so 5 over adjacent, so 5/3. And then my cotangent is going to be adjacent over opposite, so 3 over 4. Okay. All right, so last example, example 5. Okay, so draw this picture. So my theta is going to be in this corner. This is 14, this is 48, and this is 50. Okay, we do have all 3 sides, so we don't have to worry about this one. For B, you are going to have to solve for that 3rd side. Okay, so let's just go through. I know sine theta is opposite, so 48 over 50. Which if you simplify that is, I think 24 over 50? No, 24 over 25, sorry. Okay, so then that means my sine, or my, sorry, cosecant is going to be the reciprocal, so it's going to be 25 over 24. Okay, so then cosine theta is adjacent, so that's going to be 14 over hypotenuse, so 15, or 50, sorry. And that will be 7 over 25, which then that means secant theta is going to be 25 over 7. Okay, last one, tangent theta is going to be opposite, so 48 over adjacent, which is 14. So that is going to be 24 over 7. So then that means cotangent theta does equal 7 over 24. Okay. All right, so pause the video. I want you guys to try out B. This is an 18, so 1/8, and this is an 80, 80. So try that one out, and then you guys can check your answers. so first thing I am going to have to do is solve for this other side. So I'm going to have 18 squared plus 80 squared is going to equal c squared. Do some algebra and you should end up with c equaling 82. Okay, just as a reminder, your c value should always be the longest side, so the greatest value. All right, so then from here, to solve for sine theta, I'm going to do opposite. So 80 over 82, which that simplifies to 9 over, sorry, let me think this one through. Not 9, sorry, it should be 40 over 41. Okay. So then that means my cosecant theta is going to be 41 over 40. Okay. Then my cosine theta, cosine is going to be 18 over 82, and that is going to be 9 over 41. So then that means my secant theta is 41 over 9. Okay, and then my last one is tangent, which is opposite, so 80 over adjacent, so 18. And this will simplify to 40 over 9. So then that means my cotangent theta is 9 over 40. Okay.